I broke the sticker budget.
He is so hard on himself. So hard.
Carrie broke our sticker budget. Booster Club is now broke. Carrie spent too much money on stickers.
I've been watching the...
Busy?
Yep.
No?
Don't feel bad for him. He gets dinner out of it.
That's right. Exactly. We'll get started. Thank you all for attending this year's Senior Sports Dinner to honor our classes of 2021 and 2022 athletes. I would like to make a few introductions before I pass along the mic to Mr. Herrica for opening remarks. I would like to welcome Mr. Herrica as our principal. Alan Racine, a member of our Board of Education, is here today. Our varsity coaches in attendance are Nick Tremblay, our boys soccer coach, as well as athletic director, Marcy Ryan, our cheerleading coach, Danielle Tierney, our bowling coach, Tim Supernow, the girls soccer coach, and of course myself for softball and Booster Club president. I also would like to acknowledge the Booster Club officers, Vice President Shannon Dussault, Secretary Nikki Malinsky, and Treasurer Sarah Hunter. These ladies have done a great job the past couple years continuing to grow the Booster Club and trying to maintain our offerings to the student athletes even during the COVID years with minimal fundraising efforts. Next year we should be back in operation with concession stands as well as hope to be bringing back the 6th grade Rising Stars basketball tournament. There are many parents in this room that helped make all the senior nights wonderful for all athletes. And I also would like to make mention that our custodial staff have been so supportive with the Booster Club with anything they need on those nights, including fixing one of the tents that got blown over and broke just on the softball senior night. Lastly, we would also like to show our gratitude to Julie Rao from JM Rao Photography, as well as Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable and his lovely wife.
Look at my lovely wife. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon.
For capturing countless memories that not only our student athletes are able to cherish, but our community as a whole. Their efforts, especially for these athletes, you athletes, during the no spectator or limited spectator games, really helped us be able to watch all of our games and get pictures when we weren't allowed to be there. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Herrica.
Thank you. Thank you, President McComb. I appreciate it. You know, I've been involved with this evening since I've been at Northeastern Clinton the last 12 years. And when it first started, and when I was the athletic director prior to Mr. Tremblay, it used to be at the Knights of Columbus, and this was a turkey dinner. And then we went to the Legion, and it became tacos, and now we're here. So it's definitely been a great progression. It's always been one of my favorite evenings. It's been always very intimate and a lot of fun. And you know, just kind of caps off for all you senior athletes a great year and a great career. I'm very thankful to be part of this community. I think that we have a wonderful community here, whether it be in our athletic programs or in what happens academically at school. We have so much positive going on with what's happening with our new facilities and things like that. And I know many of you have had the opportunity to get to participate on those, and it's been a really exciting year. But I just want to wish you seniors the best. I could think back to my time in high school, and athletics have been a huge part of my life, and I know that this year and the last 4 years for you guys have been great, and you enjoy being a part of things together, and it's been a lot of fun. And I hope you take the time to think about that and enjoy the time that you have together still. Make sure that you take the time to thank your parents. They've been a huge part of this journey with you as well, and the commitment that they've done. I'm sure many of you have been involved in whatever your athletic program is for far longer than just the last 6 years. I know that a fixture that would typically be here tonight would also be Mr. Dumas. We want to send some positive thoughts to him because I know that we all know he bleeds maroon and would certainly want to be here if he could. But with that being said, again, you guys have had a great 4 years. I will definitely miss the senior class. We've got some characters, we've got some great people, and I wish you all the very best. So thank you very much for letting me be part of this. Have a good evening.
Okay, we're gonna get started eating, and then we'll move on to the rest of our program. I guess I really don't need this either. I'm sure. My family would tell you. So we'll kind of probably start this way, and I'll let you know when to go.
Folks, can I have your attention, please? So it is with great pleasure that I introduce our special guest speaker for this evening. She is an NCCS graduate of the class of 2018. She was a 3-sport athlete in soccer, basketball, and track and field. Left NCCS, went up to the University of Southern Maine, originally with intents for soccer, transferred to SUNY Plattsburgh. I don't want to give away too many of her accolades because I'm sure she will speak about them. Aislinn McDonough.
I'm going to have to use the microphone, but is it okay?
Yeah, just go closer.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So yes, I transferred to SUNY Plattsburgh, and I've been running cross country and indoor track and field and outdoor track and field there for the past 3.5 years, and I'll be returning for a 5th year there. So I first want to congratulate all of you on your high school athletic and academic achievements. It's truly a great accomplishment that each one of you should be proud of. One of my favorite books is called Bravey, and it was written by Alexi Pappas, who is an Olympic runner. A piece that stuck with me was when one of her college coaches drew a finish line on the ground that was about 100 meters from the entrance to the locker room. At the end of practice each day, he made the team stop at that line, turn around, and take a moment to reflect on, appreciate, and take pride in whatever they had completed in practice that day. Too often we achieve a goal and are so eager to move on to the next best thing that we don't take the time to acknowledge everything we had worked for. All of the time, energy, and effort spent goes unrecognized. You all have worked for 4 years now to get where you are today, through just about any circumstance imaginable. Take the time to stop at the finish line before starting the next race. When I was a senior in high school, I applied to Plattsburgh State as a very last resort backup school. I would not take a tour there. I ignored the coaches that emailed me. My freshman year of college, I played soccer in Southern Maine. This fall, I will be returning for a 5th year to run cross country and track at Plattsburgh State because 3.5 years just wasn't enough. My point is, life changes. No matter how much you plan for and how much you prepare for, there will always be the unexpected. My sophomore year, COVID hit and canceled all athletics. In the spring of my junior year, restrictions were slightly lifted and we could have meets again. We went to St. Lawrence every single weekend, had to be tested every week, and were quarantined on multiple occasions, often by our own teammates doing. We practiced in pods with masks on, outside, and socially distanced. If you think running 8 miles is difficult, try it wearing a mask. Last fall, our assistant coach announced that she took another job. Then our weight room went under construction. Then our indoor track went under construction, and then our head coach took another job. We practiced outside in the parking lot throughout the entire winter with no equipment and a quarter of our usual staff. Long story short, expect the unexpected. At the beginning of every season, we discuss our why. Why do you continue to show up every day? Why do you put in the work? Why don't you give up when it gets tough? My why is also the one thing I am most grateful to have. College athletics has given me so much to be thankful for. I've learned to be disciplined, celebrate victories, and accept humbling defeats. I've had mentoring opportunities, collaborated with the community, and created many connections for potential future jobs. Athletics has shaped me into the person that I am today, and I cannot imagine school without it. But above all, what I am most grateful for, my why, is the people that I've met along the way. My teammates, coaches, athletic trainers, athletic director, and athletics program in general have been the biggest support system for me on and off the track. They are the reason why I look forward to going to practice every day. They are the reason why I take pride in representing Plattsburgh State. I would never be the athlete or the human being I am today without all the incredible people I have in my corner. Find your why. On many occasions, I've been told how great it is to see somebody from the North Country creating an impact in the North Country. We may come from a smaller section with smaller schools, but our impact can be anything but small. My regional team this past outdoor season consisted of 4 athletes all from Section 7. There will always be a better school out there with better facilities or a more developed program or a higher qualified coach. But if you spend all your time thinking about the things and the opportunities that you don't have, you will never see what you do have. Usain Bolt did all his training on a dirt track. I practically did too my senior year of high school. That was the biggest takeaway from the pandemic. Having it all taken away makes you realize how much of a privilege it is to be an athlete and how little it is actually necessary to set yourself up to be a successful one. I cannot stand here in front of you all today without touching on the epidemic the NCAA is currently facing. 2022 has been a record-breaking year for student-athlete deaths by suicide due to poor mental health. Anxiety and depression levels for student-athletes are at an all-time high. It can be a fine line of great success and enormous pressures that come at all levels of being an athlete. You may be more physically fit than ever before, but you will never perform to your utmost potential if you are not there mentally. I would know because it was my entire outdoor season. This past indoor season was the best season I've had in my athletic career thus far. I broke a school record, I finished 16th in the country at nationals, and I have been recently nominated for NCAA Woman of the Year. Woo-hoo. Thank you. So I created an expectation for myself for the outdoor season to go just the same, if not better. My practices were going great, and the times I would hit in practice projected a great season, but when the time would come to perform, I couldn't. I had all these negative thoughts saying that it was a fluke season and I didn't actually deserve the accomplishments I worked for. I was losing races before they even started. I felt like a disappointment to my team, to my family, and mostly to myself. Athletes are taught to push through mental barriers, physical pain, and make no excuse because it's a strong thing to do. But what could be stronger than being vulnerable? What could be stronger than being honest and knowing your limits? We are humans first. Before being an athlete, you are a son or a daughter. You're a brother or a sister. You're a best friend, a role model, and a loved one, all before you're an athlete. Too often we associate our personalities and our success solely on athletic performance. When we fail as athletes, we fail as humans. I am asking you to change that narrative, to be brave enough to ask for help when you need it, to check in on your strong friends, and to treat mental health as you would your physical health. This next chapter of your lives is the time to be a little selfish and put yourself and your needs before others. It's the time to grow by finding what nourishes you. Even if you are not continuing your athletic career, I believe this can be the generation to change the stigma around mental health in general. I hope whatever the next step is in each of your journeys, you go in that direction with nothing but confidence and optimism. Find your why, expect the unexpected, put yourself and your needs first, and remember to stop at the finish line and appreciate all you've done. Because before you know it, you'll be standing in front of the next NCCS graduates wondering where the last 4 years went. Thank you.
Aislinn, thank you so much. That was wonderful. Great message for all of us. We're going to start with the presentations of the frames. And we're going to start with the guests from the class of 2021 first. And our first graduate was Nolan LaValle. Nolan is a 2-year varsity bowling member. That's all good. Okay, our next graduate is James Malinsky. League champs 2019-2020, league champs 2020 and 21. Basketball, 3 years in varsity, most valuable player for 2021 season, and captain. He also participated in track for 2 years, freshman and sophomore years. Taylor Seymour. Taylor participated in cheerleading for 3 years and was named captain as well as most valuable player her senior year. That concludes our 2021 seniors that came today. Our first 2022 is Brooke Basmation. 2 years of varsity volleyball, 2021 MIP for varsity volleyball, 2022 co-captain for volleyball, 4 years of varsity softball, 2022 co-captain and 2021 CVAC Division I All-Star. She was also a 2022 Division I All-Star and All-CVAC All-Star. Blake Chevalier. He was the MVP of the JV season for soccer. He was 2 years on varsity soccer. He had 4 years of varsity hockey, Section 7 champs. He was also a captain, honorable mention, all-star, first team, and then he was also for tennis, first team, second doubles, his one and only season as a senior. Leah Cologne. She's a 4-year member of the varsity soccer team, member of the 2019 Section 7 Championship, CVAC First Team All-Star, and Team MVP her junior year. She was a 5-year member of the varsity hockey team, and she was a member of the 2018 Section 7 Championship team for hockey. She was a team captain her junior and senior year, and she also had 2 years of varsity track. Isabella Diso. 1 year of varsity soccer and 2 years of varsity softball, and she was a co-captain her senior year. Lucas Duso. Lucas is a 3-sport varsity athlete. He played soccer, basketball, and tennis. For basketball, he was awarded the MVP award his first year on JV. His senior year, he went to the sectional finals. They lost, but it was a very successful run. For soccer, received MVP during JV, MIP, Most Improved Player, sophomore year, got MVP his senior year, got chosen for the second team All-Star, and was a captain of the team. Lastly, for tennis, he started playing for the first time his senior year and came in 4th for singles and sectionals. Tyler Gay. Three-year letter winner in soccer and was a member of the 2021 undefeated season team. Was named to the CVAC All-Star first team for the 2021 season and was named MIP in 2020 and MVP in 2021. He's a 4-year letter winner in hockey and was a member of the 2021-2022 Section 7 Championship team, 2-year letter winner in baseball, and was named to the CVAC All-Star first team for the 2022 season. Was named MVP in 2022 and was also rewarded the John J. Hebert Memorial Award and received the CVAC All Academic Award for the 2021-2022 season. soccer, CVAC championship, 1-year team captain, 2-year varsity basketball, most improved player for the 2021 season. He was a 5-year golf on the golf team, most improved, oh, he got a team cap, sorry. Team, 5 years of golf team, 2 years of the competitive matches. Adriana Hollister. Varsity soccer and basketball for 4 years. Soccer Section 7 championship in 9th and 10th grade. Honorable mention, All-Star in 12th grade. She was the captain her senior year. Basketball Section 7 champions all 4 years. She's a NISPA co-champions. Captain we all were. 3rd team CVAC All-Star 9th grade. Sportsmanship Award 9th grade for the Mugsy tournament. All tournament team 10th grade for the Mugsy tournament. And she was also honorable mention in 10th grade. MVP her senior year of the Mugsy tournament. 1st team All-Star her senior year. John J. Hebert Memorial Award, Outstanding Academic and Interscholastic Athletics Achievements her senior year. She also ran track for 3 years. She had 400-meter hurdles qualifiers and the 4x4 relay qualifiers. Ryan Johnston Jr. That was hard to say. 2-year letter winner for soccer, 2-year letter winner for baseball, and a 4-year letter winner for hockey. Assistant captain of the 2021-2022 Section 7 Championship Ice Hockey team. Elijah Joliker. He was a 3-year runner in cross country, 3-year runner in track and field, participating in the Salmon River Invitational and winning 4th place in the 200-meter dash, 5th place in the 400-meter run, and 6th place in the 100-meter dash. 1-year bowler during freshman year. Alan Juno. He was a member of the 2021-22 hockey team that won sectionals and were regional finalists. He was also a member of the varsity golf team in 2022. Reed LaValle. For soccer, he was a 3-time CVAC champion, a team most improved player, a 3-time team most valuable player, and a 2021 league most valuable player, and was elected to 2nd team All-State. For hockey, a 2-time team most valuable player and 2022 sectional champion and league most valuable player. For tennis, CVAC champion, 2-time team most valuable player, and 1st team sectional all-star. A hockey assistant captain as a sophomore and a soccer and hockey captain as a junior and senior. Additionally, a recipient of the John J. Hebert Award. Chase Letourneau. Letter winner in soccer and was a member of the CVAC team 2020 and 2021. He was a 4-year letter winner in hockey, 2018 to 2022, with a CVAC title in 2021 and a Section 7 championship in 2022, and was also named assistant captain his senior year. 6-year letter winner for golf, was in the top 6 from his 7th grade year. In 2018, he won the CVAC. won team MVP his junior year and placed 4th in the section in 2022, and was named a CBAC All-Star and qualified for the state championship. Richard McGrath. Participated in cross country during the fall of 2018 and 2021 season. Participated in track during the spring 2019 and 2022 season, and a member of the 2021 league championship tennis team. Elizabeth Prairie. She played JV soccer as a freshman, MVP of that team. She was varsity soccer 10th through 12th grade, most improved player varsity soccer in 10th grade, most valuable player of varsity soccer 11th grade, soccer second team all-star in 10th grade, soccer first team all-star in 12th grade, varsity basketball 9th through 12th grade, most improved of varsity basketball her senior year, basketball second team all-star her senior year, varsity track 9th through 12th grade, most valuable player of varsity track 9th and 11th grade, and a member of the 4x8 sectional champ team, and went to states her senior year. Galila Piersick. On varsity soccer team, most improved player her senior year, team captain of varsity soccer her senior year, and she was 4 years on varsity tennis. Maggie Sample. She was a JV and varsity volleyball team captain, #2 singles team in tennis her junior year, and #1 singles her senior year, and she was a sectional quarterfinalist. Grace Seymour. She was 2 years of cheerleading. She was a senior helper / captain. She was all-star cheerleader her senior year. Rhyme. She played soccer all the way through from 7th through 12th grade, and also varsity cheer 9th, 10th, and 11th. Okay, you guys gave well rounds of applause. We can do one more for everybody. Did everybody here that's a senior get a frame? Did I miss anybody? No? Okay, good. Okay, we're gonna move on. That's fine. Well, okay, yeah, so because of COVID and extra stuff and things that we did slightly different, we do have lots of extra pictures of that were made. Taken by Julie that the Booster Club has. So please do not leave without your extra pictures, so you can put them in other frames or give them to people or whatnot. There are some extras that we want to make sure we pass out. Okay? I think the next thing we're going to do is call up Mr. Herrica and the other Booster Club members to give out the scholarships. Yeah, there you want the cup. Hunter, you remember?
I was avoiding it.
Okay, this year's scholarship award winners, the tallying was very close. I don't know if any of your kids shared it with you, but we had a really close to make these decisions. For the girls, the scholarship winner is Elizabeth Prairie. And for the boy, it was Reed LaValle. Now the next agenda or thing on the agenda was to give out the golf scholarships for the Jonathan McGoldrick tournaments. And unfortunately, Kim McGoldrick was not able to come today, and Mr. Fredette was also not able to be here. But could I have the 3 golf seniors stand, please? You will be receiving a scholarship from the John McGoldrick. She asked me to share with you, and you will be getting something in the mail. I think we're up to closing remarks by Mr. Trombley. Am I correct? All right. You're not going to need that. Should I make my one correction? I called our bowling coach my related name instead of her married name. I told her
So I'm always happy to make the closing remarks at this. I feel like the people that have spoke already took a lot of the thunder and said a lot of the things that I probably would say. But the beauty of having the closing remarks is everyone wants to get out of here, so they're like, the faster he is, the better we are. But I'm a little bit long-winded sometimes. So I thought to myself, what can I say to these graduating seniors that when they walk out this door, they're going to feel like they can grab the world and just shake it and make a bunch of waves? And I actually had a really hard time to think about that and come up with something that was worthwhile to them. The reason why was I feel like the other people in the room, and not the seniors, should learn a lot from them. And they are a group that went through high school and saw unprecedented times, including athletics. And I said, what did they teach me? Because I felt like that was more important than what I could teach them in 5 minutes. So the first thing I wrote down was flexibility. And not flexibility as in touching my toes, but flexibility as in, it doesn't always have to look the same. And I remember the first time all of this COVID stuff rolled out, and being the athletic director was rather stressful. And I went out to the first practice and I had circles painted on the ground. I did not paint them. Our wonderful staff at NCCS painted them. And I told the boys, you need to get inside the circles. Before you leave the circle, you need to put lotion on your hands to make sure that you don't touch anyone else, and we're not going to throw the ball in. And I thought to myself, what am I doing? But they taught me, like, it's okay. You can be flexible, you can change from what you have known for 25 years. For them it was just, you know what? We get to play, let's do it. And they did it. Sometimes they laughed at me when I stood there with the spray and said, come see me, as they go by. And then 2 minutes later, we're running into each other on a corner kick. But first thing they taught me, be flexible. Second thing they taught me goes back to when I was young. My father left a book inside the bathroom. And I don't know if he left it in there because we tend to sit in the bathroom long, I'm not really sure. But it was always right in our face, and it said, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. And what they taught me was, when I go out to the field, or when I go out to the basketball court, or when I go out to the track, I always would nitpick like, man, this isn't done right, and this isn't done right, and why isn't this done? But they were just happy to have it happen. And I was looking at them and they're like, it's okay. And I'm thinking, wow, maybe I shouldn't look at everything with such a fine microscope and pick out all the negatives. Because for them, it was an opportunity to play. And some of the kids didn't have that opportunity. So I think back to the times when I seen these kids come to something that was such a wall. And it was nothing to them, but to me it was something. So they brought me back to my youth, seeing that book placed in the bathroom that says, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. And the last thing, which I think is the most important, it speaks so well for these kids, is hope. And they are the epitome of the explanation of what hope is. And I can tell you why. We went out to practice every day. You can talk to some of my boys. I know other coaches said the same identical thing. And I would tell them, work hard today because we're not sure if tomorrow is going to be here. We're not sure if we're going to play. I can't tell you. And they're like, well, what about this game? Let's make it to tomorrow's practice. And they practiced every day so hard, regardless of potentially not having that next day. And that's hope. That's hoping that they can make it another day. That's hoping they can play one more game. That's hoping they can make it to a championship game. So I look at this class and I say, what can I teach you? Not much from what you've been through, because you guys have shown amazing resilience. I think you have taught me probably more things than you know. I think you've taught all of your coaches more than they have ever shared with you. But I can promise you, thank you for teaching me things that maybe I didn't know before. Congratulations, guys. I hope the world is all ahead of you and you find something that makes you happy. Thanks.
That concludes our dinner. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves and your leaders full. I did want to do one last thank you to Susie's Party Planning, this is the Olde Legion Theatre, for being able to accommodate us because of the scheduling. We had to do this quickly, so thank you guys. Remember, before you leave, get your pictures.